So my name is Youssef Khanachet, and I am a Social Security Disability attorney at Farah Farah.
And as a Social Security Disability attorney, do you ever get questions on, why is Social Security so difficult? Or I guess, what is the biggest misconception about Social Security Disability?
Well, there's several different misconceptions. One of the most major ones is that a claimant thinks that they get a doctor's note saying they're disabled, but that's not enough for Social Security Disability. You have to prove that you're unable to not only do your past work, but any other job in the national economy, which leads to the second misconception is that a lot of claimants think that if they can't do their past work, they're disabled. That's not accurate. They actually have to show they can't do any job in the national economy. So that's another misconception. A third misconception is a lot of people think that just getting a diagnosis from a doctor will allow them to receive disability benefits. They have to show through medical treatment, records, objective testing, that they are unable to work due to their conditions. So those are a few of the misconceptions that I commonly encounter when speaking with either clients or potential clients. So that's something that I address with them early on because it is a long process. Social Security Disability claim is not something that happens overnight. It could take years if I have to go to a hearing with a client. Sometimes it doesn't take so long if they're approved early on, but that's something I have to inform them of early on in the process so that they don't have any sort of, unrealistic expectations.
Do you find that maybe some people don't file a claim with a Social Security Disability attorney because they don't think that they qualify for it, and they don't go through that process of getting that help that
Oh, absolutely. I see people apply and then get denied at the first initial level, and then they give up. They don't realize that, okay, well, they didn't find me disabled. I'm just going to give up. There's an appeals process. We can take it to a hearing. That actually goes back to a misconception. A lot of people get denied early on and then they just give up, and they don't realize that they have additional steps that they can take to continue with the claim. And a lot of times, and that's where we're most successful, is when we get to a hearing, we can go in front of a judge, we can present evidence, we can testify, and that makes a huge difference in claims, and we win most of our claims at the hearing level.
And would you say that it would be sound advice for people to get an attorney involved even before they apply, just to make sure their paperwork and filing is correct?
Yes, I believe attorney involvement is very important, especially early on, because we are able to gather all the information that Social Security will need to make a decision on the claim and make sure they get it, because that's another issue that we encounter on a common basis and that I've seen in the past is clients will apply on their own, they'll start the process, they'll send in the forms, and then Social Security will say they never got them. They'll put them on the back burner, and that frustrates clients to giving up. And so we prevent that, getting involved early on, making sure we have all the information, holding Social Security accountable with the claim, making sure that they're looking at it, making sure they're processing it. Those are things that the attorney can do, and that's why I think getting an attorney early on definitely helps. You don't have to have an attorney, but it's very important, especially if you have to go to a hearing.